Yo, what's up, guys? Storm's Cryomancer back again with another episode of Reactor Talks, and my guest for today is the Anime Overanalyst. How is it going tonight, good sir?
Doing great, doing great.
Uh,
Ready to talk about myself. I could do
Good.
it all
Let's
day.
let's go, man. Let's go. So, basic question has been on every other episode. When and how did you discover Nerdcore?
So, I pretty much discovered it through the same means that most people have through Rustage. And the way I did it was during the lockdowns, and so to keep myself busy, I would listen to podcasts all the time. And it was mainly like Rant Cafe, the One Piece Virgin podcast with Noxtaku, Briggs from All Day Anime, and Animac from All Anime Uproar.
Hmm.
And they would have Rustage come on every once in a while, and I liked his personality, and so I was like, you know what, let's just check him out. And so I checked him out, and I fell in love with his Bond song "Survive,"
Hmm.
and like I would listen to that like 4 to 5 times a day because that just helped me you know, keep myself motivated throughout the pandemic.
Right.
So that I would listen to that song along with his Asta song,
Hmm.
which nobody talks about because it's an okay song, but I love that song so much. It's just way too upbeat.
Yeah.
So yeah, started listening to that, and then I fell in love with the Black Bulls rap cipher, and so I started checking out other people
Hmm.
like Daddy Fat Snaps and Zach Boucher, mainly Zach Boucher.
Man, Zach
And
honestly has one
yeah,
of my favorite like voices when it comes to sound,
oh
like
yeah.
sound wise. Zach has like one of my favorite voices in Nerdcore.
Uh, I love that, and I just love how he writes. He writes
Oh
it
yeah.
so that like I can connect with his music,
Hmm.
and it's amazing.
I talked about this with a few other
Along
people.
with Connor Quest.
Oh yeah, dude, Connor is
Yeah.
great as well. I love the I
Oh
wish
yeah.
you were my waifu track that Connor and Schwabity did together. That was
Yes.
awesome.
Oh, that was
But
great.
going back to your point with Zach, yeah, he writes as if he's speaking as the character, which is he does it masterfully too. All right, man.
Yeah, and
So, oh, go
he
ahead.
does it without using a lot of references from the shows.
Yeah.
Like he more goes with like more of like the character emotions and
Mm-hmm.
how they feel. So
Which he
just
he he
kudos to
managed
him.
he manages to embody the characters beautifully too.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So man, now you also do you review animes on your channel. Is there like a
hmm
particular series you liked covering the most on your channel?
So right now I'm actually covering Made in Abyss,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm actually onto the manga at this point, and I love the manga. I've read all the volumes that are out,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's real interesting because it's one of those mangas that reading it first time through, you don't really think there's much to it. And
Yeah.
then reading it the second time through, you start picking up on all of these little nuances. It reminds me of One Piece a little bit, where One Piece, it looks like very simple and straightforward on the first read. And
Yeah.
then rereading it, you see a lot of little nuances. And so I'm really enjoying rereading these volumes as I give reviews about them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really fun, and it's like the only series that I have the physical mangas for. And so it's really there's something satisfying about just turning a physical page
Oh.
and looking at the art that way instead
Oh,
of just reading
100%.
scanlation.
Oh yeah, I agree with you like that. Like with that, especially something that you
Mhm.
love, having the physical version of that, being able to have that, that joy of like, oh my god, I love this book. I can actually turn the page on it. Especially when you got
Yeah.
like those Kindle Fires, you got Google Books, everything like that nowadays. Everything's digital. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I 100% agree. It actually sounds like a pretty Made in Abyss. You said right?
Yes, Made in Abyss.
It
They
sounds
came
pretty
out
interesting.
with one season and then a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and their second season, I think, is set for next spring.
Mm-hmm. All
So
right.
I'm super excited because It gave me a lot of Promised Neverland vibes,
Ooh.
except it didn't go bad like
Right.
Promised Neverland season 2 did.
I've not seen season 2 yet.
Yeah. Imagine, have you seen season 1?
Yes.
Okay, imagine the world at the end of season 1,
Mm-hmm.
but not screwed up. That's Made in
Okay.
Abyss.
All right. Bet.
That
Bet. Bet.
so whatever fantasy you have in like Promised Neverland, it's yeah, I won't say it's in Made in Abyss, but
Mm-hmm.
it's handled a lot better.
All right. All right.
So,
I would say I do have a bit of a recommendation for you.
uh-huh.
It's just a recommendation. You don't have to go through with it at all if you don't want. It's a series called Trinity 7. It's relatively short.
Okay.
It's got one season and two like movies. But the movies are supposed to play into season 2. So it's basically an alchemy set in like a world where alchemy is a thing.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
it's kind of hard to like break down, but it's got an interesting like story to it, you know. Uh,
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I'm
oh
making a
yeah,
note of it right now.
oh yeah. It would be nice to see like someone like
Oh yeah.
pick apart some of the things that's wrong with it, and then point out stuff they like. Cause me, for the most part, the story is pretty okay. I mean, it's decent enough to watch through. It's nothing special with that genre. It doesn't do anything, but it's a bit of an interesting watch and an interesting read.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Do you recommend the read or the watch?
I would read the manga
All right.
because like the animation is great, but the story is better. So I would go manga
Plus, I could
first.
probably go through it faster with the manga.
Yep. All right. So, leading into the next question, and this is another like basic question I ask. How has your time in the community been since joining?
So, I was really surprised about the community itself.
Hmm.
When I started YouTube, I was thinking it's going to be a kind of like a solo gig. I thought I was going to be pretty much on my own throughout the entire time.
Right.
And I always kind of felt like when I made the channel that there was going to be me, the content creator, and a wall with between me and everything else.
Yeah.
And like you are one of my first subscribers, which thank you so much.
No problem, man.
And uh, yeah, I think Sailor Your Love literally saw me when I had like 10 subscribers.
Hmm.
And she tweeted out one of my reactions to one of her songs. It was a Divide music track.
Hmm.
Uh, it's a Kingdom Hearts track. See you through.
Hmm.
And I reacted to the original version, and then I think Fable put out a Kingdom Hearts track, so I had reacted to that. Then I noticed that Divide had an acoustic version
Right.
of See Me Through, and so I checked out the acoustic version and fell in love with it. It is so good. I listen to it constantly to this day because it's so good.
Man, yeah,
And
Divide is a different
yeah,
beast with the music too, bro.
yeah. And so Sailor literally saw that reaction
Hmm.
to the acoustic version and she loved it. So she tweeted it out. And this was right when I just made a Twitter, but I wasn't really active on it. I didn't have any followers. And so, like, I was sitting here. I was actually doing one of my channel update videos that I post every second Thursday of the month.
Right.
And I had just done that channel update video. And then I look over at my YouTube and suddenly that video had twice as many views and had like 5 comments saying, "Hey, Sailor sent me."
Right.
And I was like, wait, what?
Dude,
Wait, what?
yeah, like Sailor Your Love, she's pretty awesome with that.
Oh, she is
And
fantastic.
it was because I saw a tweet that said one of the tweets that she retweeted that I found your channel, and I was like, oh, I gotta go check him out, man. Gotta go check him out.
Yeah.
It was pretty. It's honestly great. Like, so the community I feel is more of like a non-dysfunctional family. Well, everyone tries to uplift everyone. Yeah, we get the haters.
Yeah,
every
we
now
have
and then,
some of
but
our dysfunctional parts,
yeah,
but
like you get the
for the most
crazy
part,
you get the
yeah.
crazy uncle every now and then, but for the most part, it's
Yeah.
everyone's trying to help uplift, everyone's trying to help support, and and I for one am always down for supporting. If it wasn't for Daddy Fat Snaps, my channel wouldn't have gotten as much growth as it's seen now because
Yeah.
back when he was streaming regularly, he would watch reactions on his stream, and he'd choose different reactors each and every time,
Oh, cool.
and mine was on there a few times. My reactions, I was like, oh shit, this is dope, and DPS is always
Yeah.
like, yo, go run it up, go watch this, and like
Mm-hmm.
he did that, and I'm like, yo, that is awesome. So to have had the chance to return that when Sailor did that, I was like, oh yes, definitely. And
Yeah.
like when I was on my when I was going through a few things a few weeks ago when I wasn't as active, like I watch everyone's videos, Kuro's, Otaku Couples, yours,
Yeah.
Barasu's. I might not watch them all the time, like because time is stretched
Oh,
for
yeah.
me. But whenever I get a chance to sit down and watch other reactors, I do it, and it's
I do that too.
yeah,
Like I spent a solid 2 hours today just watching Kuro because
my God.
he has like a mind of his own. It's
Kuro is a
insane.
different beast, man.
Yeah. And
Woo.
I love how positive he is.
Oh
Like
yes,
of all the other reactors, I mean Screw's are also pretty positive, but just the energy that Kuro has.
yeah,
It's A, infectious, and B, it helps me motivate myself whenever I want to do a reaction and just
yes.
not feel up to it. But there's,
understandable.
yeah.
Like Kuro gives you no choice but to be hype when you watch his reactions.
Yes.
He gives you no choice.
Yeah.
It is crazy. This man, like I love his intros. Every reaction, I
Yes.
love this man's intros. They're just so funny. They're so funny. I
They
love
are
them, man.
hilarious.
Bro, like, oh man, I need to go watch his reaction to Final Laugh because
Oh, I haven't seen that one either. I just finished watching his most recent like four-parter. And so yeah, that was really cool. And I liked how he broke down a lot of like Rustage's track. So
I can't even cap. Kuro is cool. I watched Kuro, and watching Kuro's, that helped me step my game up with reactions and helped me decide what type of reactor I was gonna be. Because like you got people like Dave. Dave is so musically inclined. What it do? Dave is so musically inclined that he can break down anything, like anything.
yeah,
Kuro.
yeah, I know.
Kuro is musically inclined as well. He can break down anything. But when it comes to catching bars, that man. Ain't no one top of him, bro.
How in the like?
This
I
man
think
has
this
a
today was
memory.
the first time he admitted that he didn't know something in a bar, and it was Rustage.
Ooh,
Like,
someone got him? I'm
yeah,
surprised.
Rustage's Gojo track.
I am
He didn't
surprised.
know the volcano bar.
Oh,
Yeah,
I gotta go listen to that now. But and so
yeah,
and watching Kuro, that helped me because like I catch bars too when it comes to rap. I listen to music on a daily. I listen to it to get through work, and so I was like, oh, okay, this is an idea. So watching him help me out, and aside from the support, you can always learn something from someone else.
yes.
So
I
I'll
agree.
watch everyone else's videos to learn something new and to help improve. Like with Bavasu and his wife, they vibe. Like
Yeah.
they vibe
Oh,
out.
I'm a huge viber as
Yeah.
well. Oh.
Like so sometimes you got to sit back and enjoy the music and try not to analyze everything, which is great. It really is.
Yeah.
Which happened in that chaos reaction that we all did. Oh, that was so fun.
I haven't seen that yet. I need to see that.
It's 26
That's
minutes.
on my to
Dude, it is 26 minutes long, bro. I loved every
Jeez.
second of it, bro. I loved every second.
Yeah, it was like you and Ataku Kapu
And
and Barasu. So.
yeah. Oh man, it was so fun, and I can't wait to do more of those, man. It was awesome. All right, but
Yeah, when I did his Divide track, the Numb cover,
yes,
that was so much fun because we were both fans of Linkin Park and the song, and I was able to kind of break it down a little bit as in the way of like tonal shifts, and he was more able to kind of break down the vibes. It was really cool.
Yeah,
And
man.
yeah.
But I really do love the collab reactions that they do. It's so great, and like,
Hmm.
admittedly, like the collab reactions are part of the reason I decided to do this. You know,
Yeah.
besides the fact it's extra content for the channel, which means there's something else to look forward to besides reactions. It helps, like,
Yeah.
it's something fun, something new, something unique, And I feel like we got Nerdcore Central for the artists, and
Yes.
Aaron and Mikey, they have their interviews for the artists themselves as well.
Hmm.
And another thing I was thinking, I was like, oh, hold up now, we don't really necessarily have anything much for reactors, so I was like, all right, let me
Yeah.
try to make something new too for us.
Yeah, I was actually thinking earlier today, and this was just kind of me spitballing ideas to myself. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I try to make like a podcast
Hmm.
where it's not necessarily Nerdcore Central, but it's just me and I'll have like maybe a guest on and we just talk about a specific anime.
Ooh, that would be pretty
And
nice.
I was gonna focus it to anyone in the nerdcore community,
Right.
and so it would be like a way to prop up nerdcore artists without them having to focus on their music. It's a
Yeah.
different side to these artists, and
Hmm.
it could be like a way to see how they think and operate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's something that I'm kind of spinning in my head and trying to figure out the best way to do.
Right, right.
So,
And you were the one who commented on one of the statuses I made on Twitter about it, talking about the Reactor Talk stuff, saying that we got to constantly evolve too. And like,
yes.
it's great because Barasu has the collab reactions. I got Reactor Talks,
Hmm.
and then I think it was Otaku Wire who tagged a bunch of us in it, and he was going to do a game show. He's still planning that out, trying to get
Yeah.
that mapped out. Which I'm honestly excited for that.
Okay.
I'm honestly excited for
Yeah,
that.
I was wondering about that. That was like several months ago.
Yes, yes. I have not forgotten though. I want that to happen.
I have
That's gonna
not
be
either.
fun. However, he was talking about the format of it, what it would be. If it's trivia, we lost to Koro. We're done for it. We're done.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're done. We're done.
Koro and Dave,
It's
bro. We're
like
gonna lose. We're gonna lose.
like
What's it
this.
gonna?
The meme on my channel is like I have goldfish brain. Like I can't remember the past stanza. Like like I can't remember the past verse. That's literally like whenever I do a review, unless it's a series that I'm a diehard fan of, like Made
Mhm.
in Abyss, I can't remember names to save my life. Like all of my like
That's
reviews
understandable.
for Haikyuu, like all my reviews for Haikyuu,
Mhm.
I remembered like three names and that was it. And it was hilarious reading my comments and being like, "Well, you said this person, but you really meant this person." And then this, it was bad.
That is funny, man. All right, so moving along. What was it that inspired the channel initially?
So initially, the name Anime Overanalyst, I basically kind of was like, I love anime,
Hmm.
and I really loved those analyst videos. I used to watch them all the time back when Nux Taco used to do really good analyst videos,
Yeah.
and all other people. And so I liked that. And then I was thinking about English classes and how much I hated English classes because I always felt like the professors and teachers were always over analyzing things.
Right.
There'd be something where I'd point out and they'll be like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I don't know why, because the author wanted it to." And they're like, "No, why? Why? There's always a meaning. There's always a meaning." I'm like, or they just really liked the color blue. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Teachers do that though.
and so I was like, oh, they overanalyzed and the initial idea for my channel was to literally take like a scene from an anime and just like overanalyze the entire crap of the scene.
Right.
But I never really got to that point yet.
Right.
Yet. I'm kind of building myself up to it. But I really didn't started the channel when I started doing reviews for Promised Neverland. I
Mhm.
was initially going to do it for Made in Abyss when I was reading it through the first time, and I did like a trial video on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
and it was awful. Like I had just watched the anime, like I didn't even read the manga yet. I was trying to do a review live on Twitch,
Right.
and I felt like I didn't know what I was saying. I felt so ill prepared, and so I didn't do anything for like 6 months. And then I was reading Promise Neverland because I had just saw the series and I was going to read it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading it and I'm like, man, I'm getting a lot of Made in Abyss vibes. And I was like, I actually really liked this manga. I feel like I can actually talk about it.
Right.
And this was when I had just taken a video productions class and I had learned editing on Adobe Premiere Pro. And
Mm-hmm.
so, as a way to help make myself a better editor, I was going to do these reviews and then have like overlays and all sorts of stuff.
Right.
And I was tinkering with music, and I quickly scrapped the music because of copyright issues.
Yeah.
Um, but that's when I started posting on my YouTube channel, and I kind of started doing that in December of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of officially made it like an actual channel, at least in my mind, on January 1st, because that's pretty much when I started uploading every day.
Yeah.
And that was my goal, was to do it every day. And then I like checked out Zach Boucher's Kingdom Hearts rap,
Mm-hmm.
his Sanctuary rap, and his Simple and Clean rap, which has nothing to do with the games at all. It just has their AMVs.
Right.
And I loved it. And I was sitting there, I was like, hey, I could do these reactions. I could record a whole bunch of them at once and then just post them throughout the week.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing. So I went from doing one video a day to instantly doing 2 videos a day.
Mm-hmm.
And from since then, for the most part, I've kept up with that. I've only had like 3 days where I posted nothing and maybe a handful of days where I only had one video.
Right.
Most of the time, I have 2 videos, and sometimes I do 2 videos at a stream. So, yeah, I keep myself busy.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable. Yeah, like, cause the schedule, even though rough, man, if you can pull it off, dude, it's amazing for growth. To
Yeah.
upload consistently. I know I upload through the weekend, and sometimes that's difficult. Barasu and them, it took it, it
Yeah.
strained them that they went bi-weekly, which understandable, gives them more
Oh,
time.
yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but to do that and do it consistently, whew, I applaud you, good
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, and a lot of it is I understand. Middle of the week, usually between Monday and Thursday, my
Yep.
videos get no views at all. I understand that. Those sometimes can be super disheartening because I put a lot of effort in some of my videos. Some of them I admit I put very little effort in. It's just me talking in front of a camera.
Right,
But I always like to think that I put at least a little bit of effort. I try to come up with something that I want to talk about or showcase.
right.
So, for example, I don't always do like a talking video. I have a Kingdom Hearts level 1 playthrough. Some
Mm-hmm.
of that is like, A, I want to beat the game as a level 1, and B, I wanted to work on my editing skills.
Yeah.
And so uh, I would post these clips throughout I do like one level 1 run clip a week,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't get any views, but that's me getting more practice.
Yeah.
um, like I did something different. I think it was actually this morning.
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm messing around with music again, and so I've actually took a OST song from one of the Kingdom Hearts games and put it to the opening of another game. So I've
Ooh.
got like the opening of Birth by Sleep playing. I
Mm-hmm.
removed its music and replaced it with an OST. And I was like, does this fit? Does it work? And
Yeah.
it's actually kind of hilarious. And
That's great.
so that was one of those where I literally tried posting the video to Twitter and it was too big and it made me really sad. But it's just little things like that where I know I don't get any views for those videos,
Right.
at all, but I've watched that video at least twice on my own channel just because I find it so funny to see an anime, like a video game opening, but to a different soundtrack.
Yeah.
And so I do all sorts of, stuff. So it's
Yes.
not always like reviews. I
Yeah.
actually came out with a theory like
Ooh.
a month ago. Was it? No, it was less than a month. It was like 3 weeks.
Right.
And the theory, it was a Kingdom Hearts theory. As you can tell, I'm a Kingdom Hearts nerd. Like
Kingdom Hearts fan.
everything to me is like Kingdom Hearts. And I posted the theory, and it was like my first really big. I won't even say really big because I've even made top tens. And I made another type of analysis video, but it was
Right.
like the first analysis video that I was super proud of because I had pulled clips from all sorts of games, and like I literally spent an entire weekend making this video. I spent like a week coming up with the script and editing the scripts down, and I'm still not too terribly happy with the script,
Mm-hmm.
but I've learned how to do it better now. And at first, that video had no views. And then a week later, it just skyrocketed. Like, I don't know what happened, but it just skyrocketed. And now I'm getting comments almost every day on this video saying people be agreeing with the theory, which is a crazy theory in itself. And I admit it, that it's super weird,
Mm-hmm.
but people love it or they disagree with me. But I haven't had a single negative comments about it saying this is trash or you need to stop doing this, like I've had on some of my other videos.
Right.
They were all like, I agree, and here's a huge list why, or I disagree, and here's a huge list why. And I
Right.
love that.
Yeah. Healthy,
I
debatable topics.
yes, yes, and a lot of like, literally just reading through these comments, I have 3 or 4 more videos in mind. Just
Ooh.
reading the comments and like, I want to make a video just kind of explain, like looking into this comments and being like, okay, what if their theory
Mm-hmm.
is applicable? So
Heck yeah, man.
like,
That's awesome.
yeah, it made me so happy that I put so much work into something, and it's really paying off. So yeah.
It's always great to see that, it's always great to see something you worked on, get the
Hmm.
growth and get the support that you felt like that you put into it, get the return, I guess I
Yeah,
should
I
say.
was gonna say you do raps too, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
yes, I did, and I do appreciate the moderate rap. I heard your advice
Yeah.
greatly, man, and I'm still working. I'm still working on music. I got a few things I
Hmm.
gotta finish, and like so. My journey with music has been a long one. Uh,
Yeah.
I started off in 8th grade. I was in
Hmm.
drum class, West African drum class, and
Impressed.
a lot of my friends, they were in there making beats on the drums, right? And they were just freestyling,
Hmm.
and they all, man, they hounded me. They're like, yo, you got to rap, you got to spit, drop some bars. I'm like, guys, I can't do this, I can't. And they're like, just try it. So I did, and I didn't rhyme at all. No, I was off
Hmm.
key. I made one Scooby Doo line
Yeah.
that was funny, and then like from there it clicked because
Yeah.
before rap, man, I actually danced. I did a lot of dance. I
Hmm.
took dance all throughout middle
Oh,
school.
cool.
I used to like
I'm
I
a theater kid, so
heck yeah, bro.
I totally. I'm a light design. I do theater lighting. So
Right, right. So, but yeah, like
yeah.
I did ballet. I did modern dance. I
Cool.
was I was in West African dance as well as West African drums because my middle school was like had a performing arts thing, and so
Cool.
we did West African drums, West African dance, which was honestly amazing. Probably one of my favorite classes ever. I loved playing the drums and the dance, and so once they got me to freestyle, something just clicked because like I could memorize raps and rap them not as easily as Cole, but if I heard them like 3 or 4 times, same difference. So from
Yeah.
there on out,
Yeah.
it was just practice, practice, practice. I got to the point where I could
Hmm.
freestyle competently. I could come up with stuff on the fly, and I didn't. Now seriously, getting into music, I didn't start that until like May of last year. It was during
Yeah.
quarantine,
Back when we had way too much free time all of a sudden.
right? It was like like, and it was a DPS song. I can't remember exactly which one. I think it was his Dio rap, and I know that came out like a little bit beforehand, but I was listening to it and it clicked, and I was like, yo, I can't just sit around and say I'm going to do music. I've actually got to start, and I just started learning how to count bars, started learning how to formulate, like how to actually song structure, stuff like that, and then I ended up getting a laptop. I got an audio box, which Chaos. He actually sent me the links to the mic that I got, the headphones that I got, and the I'm trying to think of the actual name of it, but I can't. The audio software. But yeah, like, and I've had help every step of the way here, which is again going back to an earlier point why I have a high, like, I love returning support. I really do. I do love that. It's honestly a great thing. And now the biggest thing I have to do is because like you pointed out, it there wasn't any emotion, which is what I really have to work on, because I got yelled at a lot whenever I would get mad or whatnot when I was little. So it's hard to like, it's hard to force the emotion out or to just relax into it when doing a song. Yeah. So I'm working on that, and
you gotta find your passion, or find really what the message, like what is the core message you want to go through. And I think that's what a lot of like the bigger artists like Fable, he has a core message that he wants to get through, and that's how you could hear it in his voice.
Yes. And that man, Fable.
Oh yeah, that vibrato.
Like,
I saw this one tweet where he's like, people think that I'm using some kind of device to get this vibrato, and then he just sang, I think it was the Dobby rap, and he just posted like one of his verses, and it was nuts.
Crazy. Fable, like, going. I'm sorry to be going off track, but Fable, man, like, when it comes to morphing the story, like being able to tell the anime story in song form, I think Fable and Rustage are two of the best. Fable, Rustage, Divide, and then
Divide,
like they're all just different breed when it comes to that. Like with Divide Music's Shikamaru rap with McGuire.
That was nuts. Shit.
That was
so good.
Then before that, I think
he had an Invincible track that
Born for This was amazing. Before.
Yes, and I hadn't seen Invincible, and everyone and their brother had made an Invincible track at this point. So I'm like, okay, it's another Invincible track, but it's Divide, so I'm going to like it regardless. And then that last note that he holds for like a solid 30 seconds almost.
Ooh.
Like, I was hearing that the first time, and I was like, he's going. He's still going. He's still going. He's still going.
It's never ending, man.
Divide's
also got to be one of the funniest guys too, because he was doing a live stream where he was streaming some reactions, and he reacted to DPS's track "Imposters Among Us." That was some funny shit, because when DPS said, I'm not doing rock ballads, ain't the crowd I'm going after, Divide pauses like, was that a diss at me? And then like he just looked at it, listened to it again, was like, I really hope that's a diss at me. That'd be pretty cool. I was like, this man is too funny, bro.
Yes, I miss when he did reactions.
Oh, I miss all of the streams, man. I really do. I miss him, bro.
I get it though. He's working super hard in his craft.
Oh yeah, very understandable for all of them, man.
I totally get that. Like, I'm happy that Rustage is going bi-weekly.
I am so glad Rustage is going bi-weekly.
He posted on Twitter that he doesn't want people thinking that his songs are going to suddenly jump in quality. Right. I'm sitting here, it's like, no, dude, you just need a break.
Yeah, you just need this break, bro.
I think your music right now is already fantastic. I just think you need a break.
Yeah, and like when he dropped "Stressed Out," like I
oh my god, that
more.
was
like,
so
wow. Like when he opened up like that, I was like, "Yo, man, Rustage, dude, you need a break, bro. You really do. You need a break, man." And And I get where he's coming from.
Chi on that chorus.
Oh my god, it was such a good hook, man.
Yo, my reaction to Chi-Chi's Among Us song,
Mm-hmm.
that is my biggest video on my channel. It's got over 14,000 views, and
Jesus.
that's literally half my subscriber base came from that one video.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So I know that's a tangent, but I just thought Chi-Chi, and I was like, whoa, wait a second. I gotta give kudos to her and thanks. She actually commented on that video too. I showed it to my dad, and he thought that it was on her video, and he's like, he was so confused with he for some reason he thought that Chi-Chi had a responsibility to comment on my video, and I'm like, no, no one.
Right.
No one has the responsibility to comment on my videos. That's why I don't remove comments.
Right.
I keep all the negative comments. Now, granted, I do remove those spam ones that
I hate those. I hate those.
Because they affect the viewer duration too, and it's only like a second.
Yep. They just get on there, leave a comment, and it's done. I'm like, oh, I hate these. I hate them.
Oh, I hate them. But I told him, it's like, she doesn't have to, support my channel. She doesn't have to do anything.
Right.
Like, I'm doing this to support her. She doesn't have to do vice versa.
Yeah.
And she did. In fact, she retweeted the video too. So like, I'm super thankful for her.
Right. That's very understandable, man. See, I've got like a similar feeling when it comes to it, man. Like, I love doing reactions. I love the music. I love the artists, man. They're all wonderfully talented, very cool people, and being able to react to them is just a huge blessing, man. And I sound like a broken record now because I've said this before. And it's like, to me, like, the views don't really matter all that much,
No, it doesn't.
Like, I'll react to like a DPS track, and like DPS will always be a regular on the channel. I love that man's music, bro. That dude is super cool, bro. He's a genuine human, and I respect that.
Yes.
And that'll top like some on a good day. It'll break into 100. Then I'll react to Sailor, and I really love Sailor. I love her voice. She's cool as shit too. And that'll get like maybe 6 views, but Sailor will comment on it, and I'm like, oh, look, the views don't matter that much. She enjoyed the reaction. I enjoyed the reaction. I enjoyed the song that she made. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I actually started becoming real close friends. I won't say close, but real good friends with Night of Breath, because I started leaving comments on her stuff, and then she checked my stuff out, and Night of Breath would post the most lengthy comments, and I actually posted a tweet about that once, and like, I have so much appreciation for her because of just how long her comments would be.
Right.
Whenever she look at any of my stuff. So,
and that's great. Because, and going back to the community thing just a second ago, we'll wrap this up here in a moment, but, like, making friends in the community is also very, very easy. Like, Just Rebel, he messaged me asking if I'd react to one of his tracks. I'm like, dude, hell yeah. And since then, bro, I've reacted to Just Rebel a lot. Me and Just Rebel, like, we don't talk as much as I would like. Again, that's more on my end because, like, working all the time, Barasu, one of my closest friends in the community. Chaos, one of my closest friends in the community. I don't talk to a lot of these guys as much as I want to.
Vanquish sent me a link earlier.
Yep.
I mean, I literally just talked to Vanquish earlier today.
Yep.
So I'm part of a collective now, actually.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and it's got Golden EMP on there.
You're part of that. You're part of their group, bro. With
Bijou. Yeah, it's a small one, but it's growing.
Hey, man,
so
look, every great thing starts off small, dude. I'm happy for you there, my guy. Golden EMP, also another one who is just super cool. That dude is awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been honest with everybody that I try to react to, and I even tell people, if you want me to look at your stuff early, you just to get, if ask my opinion or a secondhand opinion, I'm always willing to do that.
Right.
Um, and I'm always willing to just help out the little, channels as well,
Oh,
and just give out what I always preface with, I have no musical talent whatsoever. I just kind of say what I think I hear.
right, right. Which is honestly like one of that's another way. It's
Yeah.
always great to get another perspective, even from someone who may not be like musically inclined, or someone who may not have
Mm-hmm.
like a super like a wellspring, I would say, of knowledge. So like being able to get another perspective and having things looked at objectively is always great,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how real criticism
Yes.
comes into play,
Yes, and honest, and that's like saying things that you may not want to hear,
Right,
but
but you
it's
got to.
all always for the betterment. Yes,
And
yes,
again, going back to your knowledge,
and I
helping
mean
out.
that's part of my job. I'm not I don't want to downplay anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't ever want to belittle someone. That's never my
Never the
intention.
goal.
Never the goal. I just want to help them get better in any way that I can.
Right, right. Like going to your reaction to my motto track, you pointed that out quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like, you kind of sound like you don't have any emotion going on right here. It's the same like sound. And again, that's
Yes.
criticism is something that more people like need to be able to handle, because I know a lot of people will look at criticism and see it as hate, something like that. I'm like, no, that's not necessarily what it is, man. It's just pointing something out that you could do better.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, and closing out this episode. This is a different closing question than usual. So not asking to pick favorites, would never do that in the community. But is there a
Yeah.
specific artist you feel more inclined to react to, like you react to more often than others?
Uh, so Night of Breath
Mm-hmm.
is an instant go for me. Sailor Your Love is an instant go for me.
Mm-hmm.
Divide Music is an instant go, and Zach Boucher
All right.
are like instants. Those are like the four that if I see, I immediately go.
Oh yeah.
Vanquish is also up on that list, and I try to go to react to anything that he drops. I just tend to go goldfish brain and forget that he posts sometimes.
Right. I feel that. On my end, definitely DPS. I mean,
Yeah.
once I fully made the shift to reacting on my channel, it was all DPS all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And even when my reactions were like honestly just garbage. Like my old reactions were just straight up
Yes.
trash, man. And so to see that he would still, give support, I'm like, oh, that's awesome, bro. Again, all the respect in the world to Daddy Fast Snaps, man. He will
Yes.
forever be a regular on the channel, bro. But again, man, I want to thank you for stopping by on this episode, man. Thank you for talking. It's
Totally.
been great, bro. It has been
Thank you
great.
for having me.
No
Thank
problem,
you so
man.
much.
All right, guys, this has been Reactor Talks with my guest, the Anime Overanalyst. You want to do the closing?
Yeah, I'm the Anime Overanalyst, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
See you guys. Go check him out. Links to his channel down in the description below. And until next time, Storms Cryo out.